Mission Winnow, that mysterious sponsor on the Ferrari F1 car. Have you ever wondered, what is Mission Winnow? What are they all about? Well, the Mission Winnow logo, the red and white chevrons that make an M and an upside down M, first appeared on the Ferrari after 2018 Japanese Grand Prix and has been on the car ever since. So I decided to do some digging and find out more about this sponsor. Their website is just filled with a bunch of empty corporate statements. There isn't really much useful information I could find on there. However, one thing that I did learn is that they are owned by a company called Philip Morris International, or PMI for short. Now, Philip Morris International is a tobacco and cigarette manufacturing company. They also own several other tobacco brands, including Marlboro, a brand that was synonymous with Formula One. So tobacco sponsorship used to be a massive part of Formula One. Almost every one of the rich teams had a tobacco sponsor, getting hundreds of millions of dollars from these deals. In fact, in 1995, 9 out of the top 10 drivers in that season drove cars that had tobacco sponsors. Like, think of your favorite livery from the past. Chances are the main sponsor of that livery was a tobacco company. I mean, every tobacco company you can think of had some sort of involvement in the sport. There's Marlboro, West, John Player, Rothmans, Benson & Hedges, Mild 7, Camel, Lucky Strike, and the list goes on. But let's focus specifically on Marlboro. And let me just remind you that they are owned by Philip Morris International, the same company that owns Mission Winnow. So Marlboro's involvement in Formula One dates all the way back to 1972, and they became Ferrari's title sponsor in 1997. However, it was around this time that restrictions were being placed on tobacco sponsorship in Formula One. And in 2006, tobacco advertising was banned completely from the sport. It seemed that the days of F1 cars covered with cigarette logos was over. Well, not quite. Despite the ban on tobacco sponsorship, Marlboro kept their ties with Ferrari, and the team's official name still was Scuderia Ferrari Marlboro. But in place of the Marlboro logo, Ferrari used the infamous barcode livery. So this was a form of subliminal advertising and Marlboro's clever way to get around the ban. As you can see, this barcode-like design has a subtle semblance to the Marlboro logo. In essence, it is basically a blurred version of the Marlboro logo, and when the cars are whizzing by at 300 kilometers an hour, it's hard not to think of the cigarette brand. However, in 2010, everyone had caught on, and the strong allegations of the barcode livery being subliminal advertising for Marlboro forced Ferrari to stop using that livery midway through the 2010 season. Despite this, PMI actually extended their deal with Ferrari until 2015, which was then extended until 2018, and then again until 2021. So that brings us to the 2018 Japanese Grand Prix, where Ferrari unveiled their revised livery with the addition of the Mission Winnow brand, an initiative led by Philip Morris International. Now, PMI claim that they do not intend to promote their tobacco products through Mission Winnow. The goal of their initiative, in their own words, is ensuring that one day all smokers quit cigarettes and switch to better alternatives. Even if this is actually their intention, why is everything so vague? If the goal of this is to convince smokers to use other potentially reduced risk products, then why does everything have to be so unclear? I mean, Mission Winnow talks a lot about change and innovation and using science for good. Those are all just a bunch of empty corporate statements. Why don't you be more clear and open about your goals so more people know what you're about? What I also found interesting was that the Mission Winnow logo initially was in white. However, it was changed to black for the 2019 season. I guess it's no longer white chevrons on a red background, which is awfully similar to Marlboro. And there were a number of races where Ferrari wasn't allowed to have the Mission Winnow logo on their cars and instead used the 90 years of Ferrari logo. Lastly, even if PMI don't intend to promote their products through Mission Winnow, they still kind of are. By creating all of this uncertainty and unclearness around Mission Winnow, lots of people are going to wonder what it is. And the more it's talked about, the more it effectively becomes a tobacco ad. Think about it. The main reason why you are watching this video is because you want to know what Mission Winnow is. Yet I spent half of this video talking about Marlboro and their involvement with Ferrari. While not as blatant, Mission Winnow is in essence the modern day equivalent of the barcode livery. You can say all you want that Mission Winnow is about shifting to different products, but at the end of the day, they are owned by Philip Morris International, which is a tobacco company. The same company that owns Marlboro, the tobacco brand that sponsored Ferrari for decades, first through the logo itself, then through the barcodes, and now there is Mission Winnow. So guys, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and most importantly learned what Mission Winnow is. If you did, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Kids love F1 for more great F1 content that is on your way. I will be reviving a new series which I haven't been doing for a while, so be sure to stay tuned for that. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to stay safe, stay home, and keep watching my videos. Bye.